Revolutionary, front line standing, solitary, mind state, kinda scary. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and put me on the front line. 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 Hold strong.
We're back. South San Francisco High School, better known as South City. This is the Football Podcast. I'm your head coach, Dion Evans. Today is our Christmas special, and we have in studio today, via Zoom, Mariusz Tan, sophomore quarterback. Glad to have him with us. Mariusz, Merry Christmas. How you doing today?
I'm good, Coach. How are you? And Merry Christmas.
I'm doing very well, man. Looking forward to having this amazing conversation with you. You notice the picture in the background photo? Tell the folks about that picture, man.
That's my 40-yard dash, and I think I was actually doing pretty good in that one.
Yeah, you was doing pretty good. What was your final 40 time? We did the combine at the school.
At the school, it was 4.78.
Yeah, 4.78. Good stuff. And you're only a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're learning how to run the 40, learning how to run correctly. You've not even had a track season, have you?
I tried out for track, but then I think I just stopped going.
Okay, we're not going to do that anymore, are we?
Yeah.
Because now we're hoping that the new track coach will be a part of the football program. I don't know if that's concrete yet, but I know that that's one of the directions is one of our football coaches may at least is in the running to be the boys track coach. So hopefully that happens. And then you will have an excellent coach as it relates to track and field. I am a big cheerleader for football players doing track and field, even the big dogs, track and field. All right, let's get into it, man. This is the holiday version. What are your plans? What you doing today? What you going on during the whole holiday season?
Today, I think just spending time with family, maybe play some video games, and I think that's probably it. I don't really have any plans today.
Well, it's not like you have a lot of plans to actually manifest. I mean, you're on shutdown, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what in the past, if let's say there was no shutdown, no, pandemic, what does your family typically do on the Christmas holiday season?
Usually we would go out to eat at a restaurant, like a random restaurant. And then after that, we'd probably just go walk around, maybe like in the city, and then we go back home.
Good stuff. Tell me a little bit about your family: mom, dad, sister, brother. Give me a little bit of background.
I have two twin sisters, and they're younger than me. They're in 7th grade, and I live with my mom, and I don't live with my dad and my grandparents. And I think that's all.
Okay, you have twin sisters.
Yeah.
What is it like having twin sisters?
It's not really anything special, but there's a lot of times where my friends would mistake them for each other because they look alike.
They do. So they're identical twins.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get a little further into this. You are a sophomore, expected to start varsity at quarterback. What goes through your head when you hear that?
I'm really nervous, but I think I can go through it. I'm just scared of messing up during my first varsity game, but I feel like I'm gonna get more used to it and be more comfortable with it.
So what support do you need? Because as head coach, you being our starting quarterback, the last thing I want you to do is go into the game believing that you're going to mess up. So what do we have to do as a coaching staff? What do I have to do? What do you need personally to feel more confident that messing up is not a part of the process, that you can just go in there and do the job necessary? What do you need to support that?
Personally, I think reassurance, if I'm doing something bad, I get reassured, and then that would make me more confident.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good stuff. I can give you some reassurance right now. From do you remember when we first met?
Yeah, I think so.
Were you at the first meeting in February that I had with the football team?
Yeah.
What was your thoughts? I like to know your thoughts of the first impression of my first day.
Oh, when I was there, I thought I really liked it because when you were ready, how you presented the plays, it was really exciting. So I really liked it.
So I had no idea who the quarterback would be. All I know is I watched a lot of film on the 2019 team, and I said, I don't see any quarterback on this team. I don't see any real quarterback on this team, but I have a history of creating quarterbacks. I've never had a pure quarterback to coach. I've always had to take a kid that really should be playing somewhere else, and that kid would literally sacrifice to play quarterback for the team, and we would have some success. And then I think about the second or third day I was there, some of you were coming around the locker room where the football office is, and I saw one kid with a football, and it was you. And I'd wonder, I mean, you guys were on the basketball court, you were on the blacktop, and you were out there just throwing the football, and you were the only kid out of like 40 kids who had a football. I said, that's unique. A kid walking around with a football. Who's that kid? Oh, that's Mariusz. Okay, now I can't even think about how to spell that. Am I even saying it right? I always say Mariusz. It could be Mariusz.
Yeah, it could be either. I personally really don't care.
You don't care, but which one is it?
My mom calls me Marius, and some friends call me Marius.
Okay, if your mom says Mariusz, I'm saying Mariusz.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't want your mom thinking somehow that I disrespect your name. If it's Mariusz, it's Mariusz, and I want to make sure that we respect that. That's good stuff. All right, real quick. Finishing the story out. So as I'm thinking about what you're out there doing, and I'm saying to myself, this guy is carrying a football. I wonder what position does he play? I wonder what position does he play? And then later on, I found out that he wants to play quarterback. I said, he's got the height. I can teach him how to throw. Teaching him how to throw and teaching him how to be accurate is not the problem. The question is, does he have the real heart and the desire to take on that level of leadership responsibility? And I say this as assurance. From the first time I saw you with a football, and you look like a little PE quarterback, to the last time I seen you throw the ball, after we start working on your footwork and your arm, how to throw. When I last saw you, I saw a quarterback. I saw a guy that I was like, whoa, Nelly, this young man is going to be something dope. His sophomore year, he don't even know how dope he's going to be. And that's when I pulled you aside. I said, listen, if you listen to me and what I tell you to do, you're going to be great. I said, in your first year, people are going to notice who you are. You're only a sophomore. I said, but by your junior and senior year, what did I say is going to possibly happen? If you do your sophomore year right, as I say, what did I tell you would happen your junior or senior year?
I could get offensive MVP.
I believe that. I believe that with all my heart. See, the part where I watched all the film of 2019, I got to see every quarterback. And I've not seen a quarterback on our roster in our league that has an arm quite like yours. And so if you just relax, don't put too much pressure on you, be the leader you already are, dude, I'm telling you, you're going to turn heads this year. I don't care how many games we play. You're going to turn heads this year. And then it's all about me trying to keep your head, from being swole, because I don't want you to get a big head and all of a sudden start, acting like Johnny Manziel out there and wash out. So you're going to make it happen. So I'm here to assure you, but I'm also here to reassure you that you will be standing next to me if you get a big head. Is that clear?
Yes, coach.
All right. What has learning the playbook? How has learning the playbook shaped your confidence?
At first, I wasn't really confident about it because I thought it was so confusing. But as I studied it more, it got really easy. So I became more confident over the playbook.
Right. And playbooks can be complicated, but our job as a coaching staff is to make the complicated things simple. And so that's why we try to train you guys and educate you in football by, one, raising your football IQ, and then using the playbook, teaching it in a building block form. If you learn this play, you can learn this play. If you learn this play, you can learn this play and how those plays work out. I don't want to be giving too many secrets because I don't want coaches stealing our secrets. But
Yeah.
you understand what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
What what was your earliest sport?
Uh, I don't really play any sports. I played a little bit of like PE basketball in like during lunch in middle school.
So then what got you involved with football?
I think I think my friend he had a football and we just started throwing it around, and I kind of really enjoyed it. We were like running routes, I guess, catching the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually made me want to play football as a receiver. So yeah,
So you started out desiring to play receiver.
yeah, because I really liked the position. It was fun catching the ball.
So when I first met you in February and you had the football, was you wanting to be a quarterback then, or was you just carrying the football because you wanted to catch it?
I was preparing to be a quarterback then. I was practicing throwing and stuff with the football, so I
But
brought
what
it.
inspired you to want to be a quarterback?
People told me that I could throw, so I was like, I'll give it a shot at
That's
quarterback.
powerful. That's powerful. Now I got to ask the tough question. You were on the freshman squad last year, right?
Hmm.
So you got a lot of opportunity to watch the varsity team. Considering what you saw last year and the lack of success on the field, how do you go from that lack of success and then desire the lead role on that team that has yet to prove success?
Uh, so when I saw that the quarterback was leaving, I thought that was like a really bad like leadership, and he didn't believe in our team.
Mhm.
So I thought I should try for quarterback and like believe in our team so that we could win. So yeah.
Oh, that's dope. So you got word that the last year's junior quarterback who was leaving to go to another school, you saw that as he no longer believed in the team, no longer trusted in the team, so he's leaving. You saw that as a lack of leadership, and you ultimately believed that you could fill that leadership vacuum.
Hmm.
So then, being that that's your backdrop, and I knew nothing about that, how did it strike you when I approached you about being quarterback and told you you're going to be our quarterback?
At first I thought I was gonna be. I thought at first I was gonna be like a backup. I thought Elijah Avagalio was gonna come back and be the starting quarterback. But when you told me I was gonna be the starting quarterback, I was actually pretty surprised, but I was ready for it.
I never thought of Elijah Avangalia as a quarterback. I thought that maybe the 2019 team put him there because they thought he was a wonderful athlete. I saw a kid who had athletic ability, but absolutely not a quarterback. And so when I saw you and I saw your willingness to learn, I said, that's the kind of guy I want. Plus, you're a sophomore. You're coming into your sophomore season. You know, you was a freshman last year, but now under my leadership, you're coming in as a sophomore. And I would much rather train a guy for 3 years than train a guy for 1 year and then got to figure out who I'm going to train the next year, my second year. And so I was like, no, let's go to the sophomore now. I rather struggle with him and grow the program because I believe in the end, he's going to lead us to the promised land. I really believe that about you, Mariusz.
Thank you.
Next question. What do student athletes need beyond sports? Thinking about your teammates, other sports, student athletes, what do they need beyond sports? How can the public, how can the school district, how can teachers, what do you guys need to support you beyond just the ability to play sports?
Maybe some tutoring so we don't get like too focused on sports that we don't focus in school in our studies. So maybe tutoring, and maybe like they could help us with our homework and stuff so we don't really miss out on that homework.
Good stuff. You know, I'm really big on homework centers, and it's kind of hard to pull that off when we don't have access to the classrooms. But I'm firm believer that football players in particular should have their homework done before they leave campus. Now, rather that is before practice or rather that is after practice, I think that they need to have it done before they leave campus because the amount of energy you put in school all day, the amount of energy you put in the sport in practice, if we're believing that after all of that day, you're going to go home and do homework, I think that we're fooling ourselves to believe that's a reality. So I think on-campus tutoring, rather be early morning, rather be before practice, rather be after practice. I think you're hitting the nail on the head on that one, and you have my commitment to see it through as to how we manifest that in our football program at South City. I'm looking forward to that.
Mhm.
Let's go to this next question. How has um, the current circuit, the how we did with the combines and how we did with the cohort conditioning? What were your thoughts on all of that?
I thought it was fine. It was a good way to get some work in while we couldn't touch the ball, and the combine was actually pretty fun. Even though, yeah, it was pretty fun, even though we didn't do that much things, but it was good to get us ready.
Okay, good stuff. What has your thought been on showcases? This is the first year in, I guess, many years that any athletes at South City have actually participated in showcases. We had several of you involved in showcases. The picture behind me on the green screen is a picture of you at a showcase. How has showcases helped you during this pandemic era?
Um, the first showcase, I was really nervous, but then when I actually showed out, I got more confident, and like I didn't really get more nervous. It helped me get more confident, and as I went to more showcases, I went in there confident instead of nervous.
Wonderful. And I would say even in your first showcase, you did a phenomenal job. If people didn't, nobody would have looked at your first showcase and thought, oh yeah, this must be his first showcase. I was impressed by your ability to throw. There was a lot of things that were asked of you that you had not had the opportunity to train for prior to. And then as you continue to go to the next one and the next one, your confidence grew. And that's what I see in you. I see confidence that grows, not defeatism when you're not as perfect as maybe you may want. And that's what I want in a leader. I want somebody who can grow. And I want somebody who knows how to temper themselves when they're not being as successful so that everybody else can still keep believing that we can win. And I see that in you. I've seen that in you since day one. I remember when I first saw you on that blacktop with a football that wasn't even regulation size, wasn't even good quality football. But I saw that you were serious. And I saw the leadership in you, and I saw the leadership potential in you. And I said, this is the guy we can build on. And I've been building with you ever since. And I'm grateful for the journey that we have been able to go on so far. I'm looking forward to continue it. Who is your best friend and why?
Best friends, I would say Damien and Ike and Troy Ramirez, because in the summer they helped me train for quarterback like every day. They helped
Damien
me.
Ike and Troy Ramirez.
Yeah,
Good stuff. Now, when did they recognize that, hey, man, you might be able to be quarterback? When did they realize it?
I think probably in March or April. They told me that I could throw and that I should try for quarterback. So like, yeah.
All right. So and here you have teammates who believe in you. You're getting assurance from a coach who barely knows you, but believes in you. And you're getting assurance from, colleagues on campus who believe in you too. I love it. It's for those of you who are listening across America, you high school coaches, you college coaches, you got to understand something about South City. South City has not won a football game in 2 years. They are 0-20. They've been 0-20 for the last 2 years. They haven't had a winning season, I believe, in the last 10 years. But this 2019 season was the worst year of record, meaning not only did they not win a game, they only scored 20 points for the entire season. Now, if you kick a field goal and get a field goal at least every game, that's 30 points. They only got 20. And when I wanted to get back into high school football coaching at a school that was sustaining football, regardless of the record, this was the school that I stumbled upon. I was looking for the worst school I could find. And South City was that school during this era. Now, there are other schools that are worse now, but during the time I was looking, South City was the worst that I can find. And I took the risk of going after this job, believing that, hey, if they are smart enough to ask me to be the head coach, I am more than willing to be loyal to the process to make these young men winners. And in this process of of searching out this school, interviewing for this school, and meeting these kids, I stumbled upon a young man like Mariusz Tan, who is not an 0-20 kid. This is a kid that can single-handedly keep a team from being 0-20 just with his leadership. And that nothing to do with his football ability. Just his leadership is going to keep us from being 0-20. And he's got a lot of athletes around him who are special players. Who are some of the other special players on the team, Marius?
Carlos Marquez, Ben Navarro, and Robert Lozada. They all came in the summer to help me out too.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We also have players like Luis Bernardino, who, he's noted on our team as one of the most sacrificial kids. I believe we won 2 games just on his sacrifice. And then we have other kids. Our incoming freshmen are amazingly dope. We did a lot of work over the summer to bring in some amazing freshmen, and we're looking forward to their positive energy. They don't know anything about being 0-20. We'll never know anything about being 0-20, and a lot of that reason is going to rest on the shoulders of this young man, Mariusz. Your mom says Mariusz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying Mariusz. I'm respecting how mom says it. Mariusz Tan. That's what's up. What's your favorite movie?
Movie. I haven't really watched a lot of movies, but I could say Avengers Endgame, because that's the
Avengers Endgame? Oh, okay. All right. What's your favorite meal?
meal. Pasta.
Pasta. Any particular place you like to get the pasta from?
No, I really like my mom's pasta.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. What is your mom's best pasta deal? Pasta meal.
Probably like Alfredo or mac and cheese.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. What's your favorite color?
Color black.
Black. Got it. Got it. What is your favorite song that motivates you when it comes to playing? When it comes to getting hype, getting ready to play football, what is your favorite song? What song gets you ready to go to compete?
I don't really listen to a lot of music, but the last artist I listened to was Lil TJ. I really like them.
Little TJ?
Yeah.
Yeah. So every time I ask this question, one of you guys give me an answer, and I'm like, now I got to go to Google and find out who this is because I have no idea who you're talking about. All right. Which JV player do you most look forward to seeing compete?
Thomas Timbreza.
Thomas Timbreza.
He's
Go ahead.
His height, despite his height, he really wants to play quarterback, and I believe in him.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I like Thomas. He's a quick kid, man. And I'm gonna tell you, he might be like Allen Iverson. He might be one of those kids. It's like, you better hope he doesn't get 5'11". He gets 5'11", he might be a problem. But if he gets 6'3", 6'5", my God, that boy is going to be something incredible. He's motivated. But I also see a lot of Thomas Timbreza in you, and I see a lot of you in Thomas Timbreza. So I think we're going to be really good. But you do know that Thomas has made it known. You know what he's made known, right, regarding next year?
Yeah.
Tell the people what Thomas is looking forward to.
He's looking forward to taking my spot, but I'm not going to let that happen.
I love it. I love it. Thomas said he wants to start as a sophomore. But why does he want to start as a sophomore? Because you're doing it. But he doesn't realize that, hey, man, Mariusz ain't trying to get that up as a junior. He's trying to keep his job. That's what's up. But I love the competition because one of you have got to do better than this year. And so we don't know what's going to happen, but we know good things are upon us. Let me ask this question. How is this season coaching staff different for you? What is it about the coaching staff we have this year that's different than what you have been accustomed to your freshman year at South City?
Compared to last year, this year our team is definitely more disciplined, because last year our coaches I felt like they weren't as prepared as this coaching staff.
Yeah. Well, to their credit, 2019 coaches, they kind of, stumbled upon being the leadership of that team. There was supposed to be somebody else that was supposed to be the head coach. Something happened. There's a lot of sketchiness around what that was. And then all of a sudden, a coach that was supposed to only coach JV, all of a sudden has to become the head coach of the program. And it was a rough patch. It was a rough patch, which what ended up being the worst season in the history, of which I would, as a man who's coming in on the shoulders of the 2019 coach, I wouldn't even blame him for it being the worst season. He wasn't even put in a position to be successful. For the mere fact you guys finished the season, at least varsity finished the season, was a complete miracle. Complete miracle. But I'm glad that the job became available, because this is the opportunity that I'm looking for to prove many things for high school sports and to be a blessing to you young men in your futures. So I'm excited and delighted to be there and to be leading this program at South City. How do you see and how do you use social media?
Uh, how I see social media. Um, I don't really use social media that much. I don't really like post a lot of stuff on social media. I just scroll and look at stuff, at other people's stuff. So yeah.
As it, and, you know, a reason why I bring this question up, this question is inspired by a podcast I just saw on West Coast Preps. I told you guys to study that. And so it's in your interest to study that podcast on West Coast Preps that had the head coach of Vacaville Christian and the head coach of Skyline High. They were given some amazing information on how they teach social media among their football athletes. And I was like, look, there's no need for me to just do a whole class on it. Make the whole football team watch that podcast, and you will get a plethora of information. You're going to hear a lot of stuff you've already heard me say, but I thought that they had some other extra angles that I felt were worthy of you guys hearing it from them first, and then I will reinforce it later. So make sure you take the time to watch that podcast, because the next time we have a virtual playbook meeting, there just might be some questions in there, and you don't want to mess up no reps. You got it?
Yes, coach.
What are your thoughts? All right, and I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. What are your thoughts on girlfriends?
Girlfriends. Ah, I mean they're fine to have, but I personally don't plan on getting one anytime soon because I kind of want to focus on football.
I know, but you know your focus on football is gonna make look, man. The first game you play at home, and the girls are there, the cheerleaders, the band, and you throw that touchdown, or you pull the ball out on the inside zone run, and you run it yourself to the opposite side, replacing the DN and going into the end zone for a touchdown, and the band is striking up the music, and the cheerleaders are running into the end zone to make noise, and the PA announcers excited, and the football teams lost their mind because we're going to really score points. And then you're going to come to the sideline and take your helmet off. There's going to be a couple of young ladies in the stands going to see you for the first time, and they are going to want to be the girlfriend. How you handle that?
I don't know. I personally don't know yet. Whatever happens, happens. But I'll try. I'll try my best to not get one. I'm not planning on getting one.
Try your best. Now, I've never heard anybody say that. I'm going to try my best not to get one. You do know my rule on girlfriends, though, right?
Yeah.
What's my rule?
You want to meet them, and
I want to meet them.
Yeah.
Because if they're a hindrance, they got to go.
Mm-hmm.
They're either on the coaching staff making sure things are right, or they got to go. No distractions in the program.
Yes, coach.
All right. What varsity player do you believe has the best opportunity this year to win MVP or become all league of the league?
I see Luis Bernardino or Antonio Andrade because they're big dogs, and Luis has been showing out at the showcases.
Yeah.
I believe that they could get MVP.
That's good stuff. MVP, all league. That's good options. Good options. And those are two dope guys. I was at a meeting over the weekend with Antonio Andrade and his family, of course, socially distanced, masked on. Carthage College out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, is actively recruiting him and actively recruiting Nathaniel Vargas. And so I went there to support their parents, learn more about the school myself so I can best prepare them for these options. And so, yeah, I say all that to say these are young men that colleges are already looking at, and Andrade's only a junior. So I have him 2 years, which is going to put him in an even better opportunity. But I'm glad that the opportunity presents itself for both of them right now. I agree with you. I believe both of them can become all league or or in Luis Bernardino's, he could actually possibly be an MVP. What are your thoughts on media? Are you ready for media? Quarterbacks get a lot of attention, whether they like it or not. They get blamed, whether they like it or not. They also get celebrated, whether they like it or not. What are your thoughts on media?
Maybe the first time I experience it, I might get like a little bit pressured, nervous. But as I get more used to it, I feel like I can grow more confident about it. Maybe like ignore what they say. Yeah.
Good, good, good. Here's my rule on media. Don't believe if they say something good about you, don't believe it. If they say something bad about you, don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Stay within yourself. I don't think media at the prep level means any harm, but sometimes they can say wonderful things about a young man, and he reads that, it can actually destroy his motivation to be a football player. And he becomes this kid who's living off of last week's player of the week instead of getting prepared for this week's opponent. And so but at you as quarterback, I as your coach, I will always keep you focused on the main thing. We are going to celebrate you, but we're going to celebrate you over the weekend. Monday through Friday, we got work to do.
Yes, coach.
So don't ever think that I don't care, that that I'm not giving you the credit you deserve. None of that. We'll do that on Saturday and on Sunday. But Monday through Friday, I ain't got time to talk about you being player of the week. We ain't got time to talk about how many touchdowns you threw last week. We're not playing that opponent. We're playing a new opponent. You could throw 4 touchdowns against Jefferson and come back the following week and throw 3 picks against Prospect. We can't have that. We got to have consistency in the program, and you got to believe in yourself regardless of the good news or the bad news of media. And so these are things you're going to have to learn, because I believe that your future in this sport is bright. And then there's a uniqueness about you. I didn't plan to bring this up, but I think I would be wrong if I didn't, because you and I have talked about it. How many Asian quarterbacks do you know?
How many Asian quarterbacks?
In college.
In college.
I don't know any.
I don't know any. I don't think I know
How many Asians have ever played quarterback in the NFL?
I think I know at least one. I forgot who.
I don't know any. And I've been watching football a long time. I don't remember any Asian quarterbacks. Now, what is your actual ethnicity?
I am Filipino and Chinese.
Filipino and Chinese. That would qualify you culturally as Asian, right? Asian football players are not a well-known breed of football players. I say breed respectfully, not like, disrespectfully. Asian football players are not the norm. But there was a time that Black football players who played quarterback was not even allowed. I grew up in that era. When I was in high school, like you as a sophomore, I wanted to play quarterback. I could throw farther than the quarterback that they had. I could throw more accurate than the quarterback that they had, but it was believed that Black young men couldn't play quarterback. Put him at running back, put him at tight end, put him at one of those areas, but they felt, for whatever reason, that Black young men couldn't play quarterback. So when I look at you, I'm like, I don't know any Asian quarterbacks. I don't know any high school Asian quarterbacks that are successful. I don't know any in college. I don't know any in their pros. But I remember in 1986, 1985, when I was a sophomore in high school, they didn't believe I could play. And I was frustrated by that, because I'm like, I can play this position. Why is it that my skin color or my ethnicity doesn't allow me to play this sport at this particular position that I know I can do? And so when I see you, I'm like, you know what? I have the opportunity of providing for this young man something that wasn't provided for me. An opportunity to play a position that he believes he can play, regardless of what history has revealed to us. Somebody's got to be the first. Somebody. Marcus, there was no Marcus Mariotas. There was no quarterback like him. Oregon believed in him. I believe that you have the capacity of breaking that glass ceiling. And I believe that you have all of the abilities to play this sport and play this game at the highest position available, and that's quarterback. And so that's why, man, I told you tell the people what I told you when media comes and they ask you, how did you earn the starting position at quarterback? What I tell you to tell them?
Because if I believe in coach, then I could. If I listen and believe in coach, I could get somewhere big.
Yeah. Attention to details and exceed expectations. You didn't earn the position. It was given to you because the belief is your leadership and your drive is what's going to make you successful. And therefore, you're going to make the team successful. And I don't believe that for you right now. I don't believe for you just for that for South City. I believe you can do that in college. And I believe that you can do that in the pros. All I need is 3 years to convince some college to give you a shot to even get the next shot. And I believe in it, man. I just really do. I have a major hunch about you. And I'm going to do everything in my God-given abilities to ensure your success. All I need you to do, attention to details, exceed expectations, follow me as I'm trying to do everything in my power to put you in the best position possible. That's my dedication to you.
Yes, coach.
All right. That was a little too deep for the interview. We're not usually get that deep on the interview. All right, let's get to something else. All right. What are your thoughts on COVID-19? What has COVID-19 done to you?
I find it very annoying. I haven't spent so much time inside in like such a long time. I usually always go outside, but so I'm not really used to it.
Yeah. You know, I went to Starbucks yesterday, and for some reason, my local Starbucks, the app wasn't working. So I said, all right, I'll just go inside and make my order. I walk inside the Starbucks, man. There's a line inside the Starbucks that wraps itself around the main table that sits in the middle of Starbucks. It's going to take me 20 minutes to even get to the front of the line to make an order. And I just sat there, man, for the first time saying, I don't feel safe. I don't feel indoors, even with a mask on, where I know I'm going to probably be in here 20 minutes, breathing everybody's air through their mask, everybody's, unfiltered mask air. I just didn't feel safe, man. And I stood there literally at the door looking at everybody, look at me. And I just walked right back out of Starbucks and went somewhere else. I just couldn't do it. And I'm like, I'm not the fearful guy. And I do believe COVID-19 is real, even though I don't, I've not lost anybody I know. I don't know anybody who's died to COVID-19, but I don't need someone to die for me to believe it's real. I mean, I was listening to a report today. I think 451,000 people have contracted COVID-19 in America. 2 million people in America, in California alone, I think have died. That's a lot of death, man.
I know.
So yeah, stay indoors until it's time to come outdoors. Outdoors is safe. Indoors, not as safe with a lot of people. What are your expectations for this year as a first year starter? What do you want to achieve? What are your expectations as a first year starter of quarterback your sophomore year?
What I want to achieve this year is I want to get a rushing touchdown because I really like running the ball, and I want to get maybe like a 30+ yard pass touchdown, like a streak or something.
All right. Like I told you, 30-yard touchdown is a 5-yard route. The receiver can take it the rest of the way. You don't have to throw it 30 yards. And you got some weapons around you that's going to make that real easy.
Yes,
I mean, you're really blessed if we can get this season in, and I believe we will. Rather be 10 games, 5 games. I don't care how many games. I believe you're going to have success no matter how many games we have. I think it's going to be well for you. What has it been like watching film?
Film. At first, I was just watching it just to watch it, but then I didn't really notice how you study it. So I tried to pay attention to what cover they're in, but I couldn't really understand until earlier, like last week, you showed us how to watch film. That helped me understand the defense more and like what to pay attention to. And yeah.
So now you know that no matter when you're watching football, if you play football, never watch football as a fan. If you're actively playing football, you always want to watch it as a scout. You always want what's the strong side? What coverage are they in? What's their front? Who's blitzing or not? That's how you always want to watch football, especially if you're actively playing or actively coaching. You don't have time to watch football like a fan. You have to don't waste time watching it as a fan. Watch it as an active participant in the sport who must learn everything so that when you get time to play, nothing shocks you, nothing surprises you. You want to be you want to have a high football IQ. Yeah. What is it like? Oh, so right now, without naming the opponent, you've been watching a particular opponent. We're not going to share we're not sharing any of our stuff, but now that you know how to scout by watching film, what has that opened you up to as you prepare to be an athlete on the field against that team?
I noticed from watching film, I noticed like a lot of flaws they had in their defense. So I so like I noticed their flaws. So it helped me picture some opportunities where I could throw to, which DB didn't want no smoke, and yeah.
I love that. Which DB didn't want no smoke? Because we saw that. I mean, that's all part of the process, man. You got to know who you're playing against. And here's the thing about it, Mariusz. You've got to do that for every game you play.
Mm-hmm.
You can't scout one team, have a great game, and think somehow what you did against the team last week goes into this week. Every week, you must know your opponent. Are you up for that type of task?
Yes, I'm up for it. I'm ready for it.
You got to be able to do that and get a 3.0 in the classroom. You understand? I have no interest in a quarterback who can be MVP of the league, throw more touchdowns, have more yards than any other quarterback in the league, but can't be recruited because they're grades.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't have that. We just can't have that. And I don't believe you'll leave us in that position. But like I tell you and I tell your teammates, you're going to work hard on the field. You're going to have to be on this team. There's no need to work this hard on the field and then can't go to the next level because you didn't take care of the classroom. That just makes no sense at all. Tell me something about yourself I do not know.
Something about myself. I honestly really don't know. I enjoy watching a lot of anime.
Anime? My son is anime. I don't know why he likes it. I got my ideas why he likes it. Little mannish dude. Well, maybe that's the same reason why. I don't know. Yeah, anime. I don't know, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure interviewing you. And this is our Christmas special, South City Football Podcast. This is Mariusz Tan. I'm trying to make sure. I've been saying Mariusz. Now I got to say Mariusz because that's how his mom says it. And I want to say it the way his mom says it. Mama call him Mariusz. I'm gonna call him Mariusz.
My mom kind of calls me both ways.
She calls it both ways?
Yeah, sometimes. It's kind of random.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got one last question for you. What do you know about the movie Coming to America?
Coming to America? A movie?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, I do not know any movie Coming to America.
All right, Mariusz, let me tell you something right now. Here's your homework. Here is your homework. Before the end of Christmas weekend, you must watch the movie Coming to America with Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy. You must. Mariusz, we can't even communicate properly unless you watch Coming to America. Because I'm going to use Coming to America themed stuff a lot. And you need to know what I'm talking about. You can't be looking at me like, huh? What are you talking about? Mariusz, you must, before this, I don't care if you watch several clips on YouTube. Coming to America is your homework. And I expect it done by the time we get to virtual playbook meetings on Monday. You hear me?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
All right, man. Give me your final comments as we get ready to get out of here.
I look forward to playing this season and working with you throughout my next few years of South City.
Well, I tell you what, man. I am honored to be coaching you, and I look forward to ensuring your success by giving you everything I got. I'm dedicated to you and your future. I'm dedicated to South City football, and together we're going to turn heads and make things happen and make sure opportunities come your way. That's my pledge to you, brother. You got it? All right, man. I'll talk to you later. For those of you who are watching, thank you for watching. Comment in the comment section. Like the page. South City. That's how we do it.